Hello. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Doing all right. My name is Pris Megaforce, and
Okay.
here to do an interview with you. You must be Lee Quick, right?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, uh, my good friend. So, so welcome to the interview.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, this is my very first time doing this video for my very own series, and
Okay.
I'm very excited for it. All right. Uh, So you are the original voice of Officer Jenny from Pokemon.
hmm
Yes. And I really appreciate your work so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm grateful that I've had the opportunity to do the role and that I've had a lot of people pop out of the woodwork lately, I guess because of the anniversary of Pokemon. And uh, and it makes me grateful to know that I've been a part of so many people's lives.
Yes. I've been inspired by this show, and everyone's been inspired by it. Yeah. It's a great show. I love it.
Very cool.
I even own some. I'm also a Pokemon card collector as well.
Okay. Yep, I've been getting a few of those coming through to sign. I'm going to be doing MegaCon at the end of the month on Saturday and Sunday in Manchester, and they have like about 100 things for me to, literally 100 things, like a stack of something that I'm supposed to be signing. So I don't know what yet, but I have signed some very interesting cards, and it's very scary because
Ooh,
it's permanent ink, and it's somebody's collecting a card. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking because when you do it, you don't want to mess it up for anybody.
I see. I see. Hey, so so a long time ago, how did you how did you get to voice acting?
Okay. Originally, I received my BFA at TCU in Texas, and I that's where I studied theater and voiceover acting, and it was called radio, television, film, and theater. So it was like a new degree at that time. And my father was in the Armed Forces Radio, and he did that up in New York. So he was already um, a voice personality, shall we say? And so I would always record with him when we were younger. And when I moved to New York to pursue my acting career, I really wanted to dive into voiceovers. And I basically saw something in backstage that they were casting for voiceover actors for anime. And that's how I got into dubbing. And then the role of Officer Jenny. I auditioned for Ash, Officer Jenny, and Misty, and so Veronica got Ash, and I got Officer Jenny. So that's how that kind of parlayed. I hope that answers your question.
Have you heard about Twin Angels?
Yes, that's how I got into it.
You'll
Yep.
go under the name. Oh,
I'm just going to say this. I don't like to talk about it too much because I don't want to upset the younger fans in a sense. So, but it was a great opportunity just to learn how to dub.
mm.
And I was only like 24 when I did that.
Oh, that's great because Veronica Taylor is also in Twin Angels as well. She voiced as Utake Daigo before she turns into uh, the Red Eunuch.
Yeah.
Well, as a Twin Angels fan, I really appreciate their works as well. I That's like their first Kickstart or early Kickstart anime project they done.
Yeah. And it was I did both characters. So I did both the angels, and I think I did another character in there. I think she was an older lady. I forget, but it was a lot of hours in the studio for sure. Like I would spend, I mean, that took like about almost a week's worth of dubbing.
Right, right. So, do you know Kip Kaplan?
Names familiar?
He's the man who does like voice dubbing for a bunch of anime commissioned by U.S. Manga Corps and stuff.
Okay.
And he he's the owner of Audio Works,
Okay. Gotcha.
and he he's also a voice director, which is pretty cool. And I'm
Yeah.
going to do an interview with him on tomorrow.
Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Yeah, I had Michael Hagney was my director.
Yes, that's great. So after Twin Angels, you do Pokemon, just like
No, after Twin Angels, I did Greenwood.
Greenwood. Oh,
Uh-huh.
I heard
Yeah.
about Greenwood before.
Greenwood it was a for youth. It was I played the ghost. Uh, forget her name. I played the ghost. I also played the dorm room lady. And I also played another part in that. They just kind of used me all over the place as far as the roles in that. So there was Greenwood 1, 2, and 3.
Hmm, Greenwood.
Greenwood. Mhm.
You made so when you're in a voice acting industry, I'm pretty sure you made like lots of friends at the time, you know? And that's how you met like Veronica Taylor for the first time when you done Twin Angels.
I didn't meet her until a little bit later. I think we because you're not in the booth at the same time. So I'm sure she was working with Larry and Michael. And Jim Malone was the director for Twin Angels. But I remember first meeting her when Pokemon started,
Right.
and then we all hung out. Like I went to the movie premiere and everything. She's pretty cool, and we would see each other coming and going in the studio.
Right. What do you think about our Veronica Taylor and the rest of the Pokemon original voice actors? And
I loved everybody. I mean, we all it, we got along great. I do have a picture I need to find. It has all of us in it that, pardon me, that was taken right after the movie premiere of the first movie. And I also have a poster that is signed by everyone that is from the movie as well. And uh, that was for I had them sign it to my father who has passed, but I had them sign it to him. That was his Christmas present. I'm going to be sitting next to Ted Lewis, who played Pikachu at MegaCon at the end of the month.
well, that's
And I
great.
want to see Veronica again so bad. I got to talk to her daughter, and I got to talk to her briefly about a week and a half ago. And her daughter was like, I just couldn't believe she was so little when I met her. And now she's a young lady.
Hmm. Well, Veronica Taylor was at my hometown. Unfortunately, I never get to meet with her uh, because my mom and my dad was like busy or something, you know.
Hmm.
I wish I would meet her, but it's just a dream, you know.
Oh, I'm sure something will come back around in your hometown. It's a circuit, so I believe that and it looks like she's very active with it as well. So you'll probably get to meet her.
Yeah. So and also so like who's your favorite Pokemon like from the show? Like there's like five originally there's like over 151 Pokemon, so which one would you choose?
Um, Bulbasaur and Growlithe.
Growlithe.
Yeah, well, Growlithe was mine, right? So I always had Growlithe with me, and I did Bulbasaur a couple of times. Bulbasaur. So um, yeah, Bulbasaur and Growlithe were my faves.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, have you ever met the original voice actress of Pikachu before? Her name is Ikue Otani.
No, I never had the opportunity, and I also heard that the original voice of Officer Jenny, in Japan, she passed away.
Oh,
So I'm sorry to hear that. But I will tell you this. Um, when we were doing the dubbing and you would hear their dub to it, it was always, I mean, for me, I always thought it was a good idea to try to match the pitch because that's what the voice is, the voice that you're expecting, right? And so that's what I tried to do.
remember the jelly donuts part when Brock brought out the those rice balls, but he called it jelly donuts.
No, I don't, but I can probably tell you why you called them jelly donuts. There was a lot of times where the English going into the mouth that was not originally English, you had to like fix things on the fly. You know what I mean? So it matched the mouth.
Yeah, yeah. Even Eric Stewart talked about it in one video during the convention panel, well, that I
Uh-huh.
watched on YouTube before. Yeah.
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 It was definitely a thing. I mean, you would have to do several takes, just because sometimes it just didn't match. The script just did not match the mouth, so we had to figure out what we could do to, make it look right.
Right. Right. So how do you feel when Central Park Media went out of business in somewhere in the late 2000s?
Yeah, and then everything went over to Four Kids, or the
Uh
four. Are you talking about the Four Kids going?
no, I
Because
mean Central Park Media. It's
oh, Central Park. I was out by then. I left and I was the voice between 97 and 2005, because I moved to California and we were dubbing actually in the studios in New York. So I don't know. I don't know what to say on that one because I left before that went down.
yeah. I believe that everybody missed that company because they got some really good stuff.
Hmm.
I heard that I also heard about this that Mich do you know Michelle Ruff before?
Mm-mm,
Oh,
no.
she's like the voice actress for Rukia from Bleach and Mitsu's
Okay.
mom from Kimi no Naiwa and
Okay.
Up, and she has like a lot of roles in there.
Cool. Very cool. Yeah, I've been out of the circuit for a while. I moved to Sonoma County, and that was nowhere near close to getting doing any dubbing over in San Francisco. And I'm a sommelier as well, so I did wine business, the wine industry over there. And then my parents became ill, and so I moved back to Texas. So I'm just now kind of crawling back around to it because I do miss it, But and they actually, I'm in. We have plenty of dubbing here in Texas and the DFW area, so I'm able to get back into it.
Yeah. Will you ever voice in Pokemon again someday?
Um, I haven't been approached by it, so no, I haven't. Nobody's asked me. I do know. Um, I had to do an interview about a month ago, and they wanted me to say something in the Officer Jenny voice at the very end, and so I had to go back and listen to my voice again, and it was really weird. There's like I don't know how many other Officer Jennies after I left, but it was really weird to hear people emulating my voice because um, I do have a little bit of a Southern twang, and so it's just interesting to hear that. I was like, okay, cool.
Hmm. Oh, speaking of which, can you do one quote from Officer Jenny, please?
Sure. Attention citizens of Viridian City. Attention citizens of Viridian City. Be on the lookout for suspicious looking strangers.
All right, that's great. Well done. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, there's also one more thing. Oh, uh, do you retire voice acting?
No, that's what I said when I moved back to Texas. I'm getting back into it.
Oh,
So,
okay.
mhm. I just don't know in what aspect, or what, how or what. I mean, I'm, I have connections, and let's put it this way: I'm hoping within the next year to really come back into it full time.
Yeah. Are you an anime fan as well? Like you like watch a lot of anime?
I used to, not so much anymore. My life has gotten super busy, and so I don't have a lot of downtime. But I used to watch a lot of it, and I think I think anime is such cartoons, animation are one thing. Anime is a whole different animal, right? And I really like the storylines, and I don't know. I enjoy anime for sure.
Yeah, me too. I own like a bunch of DVDs and the VHS tapes, you know.
Yeah.
I also got I also got a couple of Pokemon DVDs as well.
Oh yeah. Okay. I can beat you on that. I've got VHS that I need to have converted over into CD
Oh yeah.
or put onto a hard drive. So
Yeah.
yeah, I have a bunch of VHS. That's very old school.
You ever so when you watch Pokemon the first movie for how do you feel about Ash's death scene and all the Pokemon cries?
Well, I mean, it was sad. I mean, um, I don't know how to answer that one. It was I I I I kind of wish that the character didn't that didn't happen. Let's put it that way. But it's I didn't write it, so
Mm. I've a lot of people felt sad. It's and I do too. I
yeah,
watched that on TV when it was broadcast on Channel 4 at the time. I think it
yeah,
was CW, you know?
uh-huh, yeah. But Veronica's still alive, so that's good.
Yeah. At least Ash came back to life in the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. So so Lee, have you ever I heard that you also voiced in La Blue Girl for episodes 5 and 6.
Yep, yes, I did.
Yeah. She's like one of my favorite. I mean, the anime is like one of my favorites as well. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
La Blue.
it's pretty intense, I
It's
think.
fun. Pretty
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah. Because one of my favorite episodes is number 2 and number 3 and number 4. It's pretty cool because in number 3 and 4 we are introduced with a green haired uh, Kuno Ichi named Yaku who turns into
Uh-huh.
a wolf when there's a full moon. And on episode 2 we get to you see we get to learn more about Miko's parents, Shikima and Maria.
Hmm.
Yeah, I called one of the voice actors from Maria, except she only be voiced in the La Blue Girl Returns, not the
Okay,
original.
right.
I remember most of it, and unfortunately, she decided to decline the interview. You know,
Well, um
her name's
the
Lena Lewis.
Lena Lewis.
also known as Game
Um, so I can tell you probably why. I mean, if your parents are still alive, I mean, that's when I was like, I really can't talk about Twin Angels that much because I did not want to upset them. And like I said, you don't want to upset your younger audience either because everything's on the internet now.
Right.
So, and it wasn't back when we were doing what we were doing, right? It was on VHS. Um, and then now you can find all of it online. And so really it does, because I did go under a pseudonym when I did Twin Angels, and then it came out that it was me. Um, and then so I had to own it. But there's certain things you just don't want to cross lines with, or, and that's why I could
Yeah.
tell you probably.
I understand
It
that.
is for it's for a particular audience.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? That is a whole different audience than what Pokemon is, or Greenwood, or kind of the
And
straighter things.
especially
It's
Labucro.
Yeah. I mean, you have to know that that's a whole other category.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not gonna say that I didn't learn a lot from doing either one of those projects. And Jim Malone was the engineer, and he was fantastic at everything. And but you were in the booth for hours, and so it was a big learning curve.
Right, right. So I believe that I understand that most of voice talents go on under pseudonym. I learned
Hmm.
now I learned from you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, a
You
lot of them do. I did not. I did for those. I didn't for Greenwood or Pokemon. I used my name. But I, there's a ton of people who do it. Even you know, more well-known people have done it. Just because they want to keep privacy or whatever. And again, you got to be careful with your young audience. You have to be because you have younger fans, and it's not one of those things that really needs to be discussed too much, really. The younger fans are still being younger fans, then you want to keep it clean.
yes, yes.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
So now I understand more about it. Yeah. Thank you uh, for that advice about the different on all different audiences and why actors use pseudonyms. Yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
So,
it
I
happens.
mean, even Marilyn Monroe had a student. That wasn't her real name, right? So it happens a lot for even on stage or movie actors or on stage actors as well. They
Right.
take on different names for
Yeah.
different reasons, you know?
Right. Do you so all right, I'm gonna go have another question. What is your
Okay.
favorite what is your favorite episode from Pokemon?
I don't have one. I'll be honest. There is one where, and I don't remember what the episode was. I didn't really keep a catalog, but it's one where Officer Jenny goes into she's trying to save Pikachu, and she slides in with her motorcycle.
Ooh, the Akira slide.
Yeah, that's it. And it was like, and so that one, I mean, I don't know which one that was. I don't remember, but that was actually my favorite to do because it took a lot of timing, and I came up with a type of thing, and Michael was like, perfect, we're doing it. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So that was probably my favorite because that it was more spontaneous than a lot of the other ones. Some of them got real when I had to do like a paragraph. It would be just really tedious because you'd have to do Here's one sentence. Okay, stop, cut, another sentence. Because you try to do the whole thing at the same time, and then sometimes you'd have to go back and punch in, and that part would be, the tedious part. But that was fun because it was just so, I don't know, it was exciting, and I could be ad lib a little bit.
Right, right. I can tell that that's a really fun scene to do, you know. Yeah. So, what can you say to inspire future voice actors? Any advice for voice actors?
Um, I've been asked that question before, and I really don't know how to answer that, except for you have to realize that every person's voice is different. It has to do, it's not just about having a good voice. It has to do with timing, um, understanding whether you're going to be selling a product, or if you're dubbing, or understanding what the work is. Um, Being a trained actor is always an advantage because you're utilizing your training, and voice acting is very different than acting on the stage, because the nuances that you see on the stage, right, with maybe just a look or a gesture, you have to put all of that into your voice, all of it, so
Yeah,
that people understand what, if it's fear, if it's anger, if it's happy, sad. You have to really nail that within your voice, and you can't be flat. But as far as getting into it, um, the best thing I can say is record your voice, get it out there, and see what bites. A lot of people get into it from doing reading books online.
right,
So that's one way of getting into it. And then others are, do commercials, or but anime is a little bit different. You kind of have to audition for that. Like audition.
right, right,
Because again, if you can't get the timing, you might have the best voice for it, but if you can't get your timing in for the lip syncing, then the director, you're costing the director too much time. So that's kind of where the talent comes in.
okay, Miss. Uh, yeah. I learned a lot from you, Miss Lee Quick. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you for reaching out. And if I happen to be in another circuit, I'll put it on social media. So
Right. Will you be able to visit Arkansas Anime Festival next year? Because
I
we have
will
a lot of,
I'll find out.
yeah, we
Yeah.
got like a lot of Pokemon fans around there. And also we got another named Clay Adams who voiced in the Ninja Turtles
Yeah.
show. Uh, uh, and he's coming here for Bentonville Con.
Cool.
He also voiced in Yu-Gi-Oh! And probably some Pokemon as well. So yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
So nice. It's nice to meet you, Miss Lee.
Nice to meet you.
Can you and would you mind if you can do another quote from Officer Jenny as well to end this video, please?
If I can remember. Oh, Ash, I didn't think you did that. Something along those lines. I remember doing something like that. But yeah, I don't remember too many. I have to have it in front of me, to be honest, because I haven't looked at it in a minute, and I need to look at it again.
Oh, great. Right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The honor to meet with you. It's an honor to meet with you.
Oh, well, thank you. Honored to meet you as well. And I thank you for being a part of the Pokemon world. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a nice
All
day.
right. You too. Take care, my dear.